Hello, welcome to Overall School. Today we're going to talk about the sound that the letter R makes. And you hear that sound at the beginning of the word read. This is one of my favorites because I love to read. I have some of my books here. I have Curious George, Peanuts, Calvin and Hobbes, Peter Rabbit, Laura Ingalls Wilder's Little House in the Big Woods. That reminds me of this little school in the Big Woods. There's, Elephant and Piggy, Pippi Longstocking, Bark George. So many good books. I love to read books. Claw? Claw? Yes! What do you like to read? I like to read bricks. Bricks. Oh, yeah, we do have some bricks. I can't lift them, though. Oh, down here on the floor. Yeah, I can lift them for you. The first one, you may have seen these in some of the songs and the lessons that we've had. The first one says, look. Sometimes, before you can read, you still can look at books. Or even after you read, sometimes I just look at the pictures, at the illustrations. They're wonderful. To look at books. Looking is the first thing that you can do with books. If you have someone that will read to you before you can read yourself, you can listen to books. Sometimes you can have audio books. You can listen on the computer. There are so many ways to listen to books. You can look and listen to books. The next one is the main word that we're talking about today. You can read books. That's why you're going to Overall School, to make you a better reader so that you can read books about interesting things. So many interesting things. So we can read books. And some of you I know have already tried this. I have tried this too. It's fun to write books. These people, these authors, have written books. Claw, do you have a favorite? Elephant and Piggy is a favorite. And Bark George, yes. And Duncan and Dolores, yes. And one lobster, two lobster, red lobster, blue lobster. Oh, that's one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. It should be about lobsters. Well, you know what? You could write it about lobsters. You can use his idea and then write your own book that you can keep beside your bed for you to read. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun. What if you don't have any books? If you don't have any books, well, you could read bricks. What if you don't have any bricks? If you don't have any bricks, you can read magazines. But I have a question. What? What if you don't have any magazines? So if you don't have any magazines, you could read. Oh, there's plenty of things to read on the computer. I have a question. Okay, what? If you don't have a computer, or it's not working. If it's not working and you don't have a computer, I read lists. First, I write lists before I go to the grocery store, and then I read the lists when I'm at the grocery store so that I don't forget anything. What if you don't have any paper? If you don't have any paper, you know what? Sometimes I have written a list on my hand. No list there? No list there. Do we have any tuna? No, we don't have any tuna. It's almost snack time. Well, I don't have any tuna, no. Could you write that on your hand? You know, as long as the grown-up that takes care of you doesn't mind, I don't see any problem with writing it on my hand. That way I won't lose it. Right. So would you like me to write tuna? Please. Okay, I will write tuna on my hand. Let's see. Tuna. Oon. And I know that the ending letter is an A. Tuna. What do you think of that, Claw? Good list. So we can pretend that our hand has a list on it or is holding a book as we make the sound, the first sound that you hear in the word read. You ready to listen? Uh-huh. Read. 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 We've just learned that the letter R makes the sound you hear at the beginning of the word read. So if we pretend that we have something on our hand to read, we can do that when we make the sound of the letter R. So get your one hand ready, or your one foot for the letter K. And we're going to review all of the sounds that we've had so far. S. T. Short A. N. M. Short I. C. K. P. D. H. R. Again. One more time. Good job. Uppercase R, lowercase r. R is another one of the letters, particularly the uppercase R, that there are different ways to make it, and all of them are fine as long as all of them are neat. As long as you do your best is always cool. So we have on here a curving leg. We can also have a slanting leg that starts out here and a slanting leg that comes back here. Let me show you. Here's an R with a curving leg. Here's an R with a leg that starts the slant out here. Here's an R that slants from way down inside here. The lowercase r pretty much looks the same. It comes down and then up and over for a rainbow. Rainbow begins with that sound. We will do our alphabet song right now. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And on the back, we have some box letters, some antler letters, and some leg letters. Box, 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 antler, antler, antler. Here are legs. So far, we've just had one leg letter, the letter P. Well, we're going to stop when we get to the letter R, which is almost to the last line. It's not at the very end of the alphabet, but it's nearing the end of the alphabet. And R, it's what I think of sometimes as the pirate letter because it says R. When it says its name there, R. So when we get to R, when we stop at R, stop it like a pirate. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. Good job. Well, think about some words that begin with Can you think of any? Ring. Yes, I can ring the bell. Do you want me to, here, stay right there. I'll ring the bell. Listen. That's the same bell that rings at the beginning of each day. Ring. There's also the kind of ring that I wear, that people wear sometimes. I actually have two rings. This first ring, Mr. Overall gave me when he asked me to marry him a long time ago. And the second ring is when we actually got married. So I have 2 rings. Sometimes I wear other ones too. What else begins with Reindeer. Do you ever get mixed up with a reindeer? Because some of you really look like reindeer to me. But, okay, I know your name is Moose, but you do look like a reindeer. At Christmas, do you dress up like reindeer sometimes? Oh. And did you know that another name for reindeer is caribou? I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, reindeer. What? Oh, and rain. Yes, rain. What else? Any words? Can you think of any? Rhinoceros. 4 syllables in rhinoceros. That's great. Oh, I think that, one more? Okay. Rattle. Oh, like a baby rattle. Or, yeah, if Mr. Overall drops something down inside his guitar or his ukulele, it'll rattle and he has to shake it and get it back out. Yeah, rattle. Good. Oh, rattlesnake. Yes, I have. I have seen rattlesnakes. I look carefully, and if I go into a place where I know that there are a lot of rattlesnakes, I wear my cowboy boots. Mr. Overall stepped on a rattlesnake one time. They're not mean. They just want to get away. But when Mr. Overall stepped on him, he rattled and Mr. Overall jumped and he screamed, and he doesn't scream very often. Rattlesnake, yeah. Okay, well, do any of you have a name that begins with the letter R? Oh, 2 people today. Yes, 2 people. Ren and Rose. You know, Ren, I have a friend whose name actually begins with W. His name is Ren, but he spells it W-R-E-N. The W is silent. But yours is just R-E-N. Yeah, I have a friend, Ren, who lives in Japan. He has the same name you do, Ren, R-E-N. So we'll write Ren, we'll write your name first. Ren. Capital, because it's a name. R, N. Ren. See? Right? And Rose, yours is a little tricky because yours is using what we call a zipper S. It's an S that sounds like a Z. So here, I'm going to put you down here on the neck. I can see the box right there. So the antler is going to come up here. It doesn't have to touch the top line. Sometimes I make them touch the top line. Sometimes I don't. So Rose. R, Rose. It's not a Z. It's an S. It's a zipper S. And then I can, yeah, okay, I'll make it look like a zipper. Zip, 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 zip. There's a zipper S. And then, I don't usually do that, but I just did that for you today. And then a silent E. There are lots of words that have silent E's at the end. We haven't really talked about too many of them. But E, there's an E at the end of Rose. Rose. Mr. Overall, he tried to grow a rose, and it got beetles all over it. It was just pretty tough to grow. I see people, though, that have lovely roses, but you have to be careful when you pick a rose because they have something called a thorn, and it can poke you, and you can bleed out a tiny little bit of blood. Mostly, it doesn't hurt too much, just a little bit, like a prick. Both Rose and Ren, you both can. Why don't you take turns? You can talk amongst yourselves and decide which one will start, and then the next one will draw a picture, and then the next one will draw a picture. You can go back and forth between that, okay? Okay, thank you for sharing. Nice job. Here, Ren and Rose. Okay. We'll see you back in 2 minutes, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Let's see what the cousins have made. It was, who was it? Oh, Ren and Rose. This was 2 cousins that were the bosses of this page. I see they've made a rake. You can use that to scrape rocks out of soil, or lots of reasons for a rake. Some people use it for leaves also. I see rain. Ooh, I see 2 rectangles. One is tall and one is fat. I see a river. Lots of good ideas today. Claw, what would you like to draw today? And now it's time for Draw with Claw. Okay, for the letter R. What would you like to draw for that? Road. Okay. You know what? I have an idea for this. You remember the horizon yesterday? Yes. Well, I'm going to make a horizon. The first thing. Here, let me use your back. There's a little bump there from where your scarf was. Yeah. And then let me use your neck. I'm going to move your scarf way up here, though, so that it doesn't get in the way. I'm going to make 2 slanting lines. Why? You'll see in a little bit. There. And then there. Now, do you see a road? It looks like a it looks like a stick man without a head. I know, but if this is the horizon, then there's the road going toward the horizon. Oh, the road can go between this mountain and that mountain. And now the horizon really is here where the land meets the sky, but there's some mountains. So a car could be going along here. Let's see, we could even make a dotted line to show whether you can pass or not. Yes, roads are kind of hard to draw, but you can draw a road that way. Cool. Road. Ren and Rose. Oh, we only need 1 in the box. Which one of you is going to be our helper today for writing? Oh, you are. You're a little shy. Okay. You know what? Even if you're shy, you can practice, and pretty soon you won't be as shy anymore. When I was little, I used to be shy too. Okay, the letter R, you think, oh, you know, yes. Take a look there. R for Ren and Rose would be a capital R because that's their name. But here we're making a lowercase r. Nice job, helper. Wonder if I can make that with a pipe cleaner, or maybe you have a wire. I come down and I'm going to bounce right back up and over to make a rainbow. Yeah, it'll show up better against the white if it comes down and then up and over. I go like this. Might even fit right in there for a rainbow. If it comes down too far, it's going to look like an N or an H. So we need to be careful with our R's. We start at the top of the box, just like your head. We come down to the bottom of the box, just like your bottom. Then we're going to come right back up and over for a rainbow. Watch. If I don't start at the top of the box, if I just start above it a little bit, not so good. And if I come down too far, like down to there, I'm not sure whether that's an R or an N. So these aren't the ones that I would choose. I would choose this one that stays right in the box and has a little rainbow there. So come on down. You both come down. We can take turns. When we're done with 5, we'll look and then we'll make some more. Make your pattern. They can make theirs too. Dot, box, dot, box. I'm only going to do 2 of those. Okay, now go ahead. You hold it. Nice. Now it's your turn. Oh, you did a nice one too. Now it's your turn. Oh, that's nice, but it's backwards. That's pretty good, but it's a little bit antlery. And that one's a leg letter. Oh well. Practice makes progress. Okay, look at the ones you've done. Find your favorite and then make 5 more that are even better than that one. Five plus 5 is 10. You're right. 5 plus 5 is 10. Oh, that was a tiny little rainbow. Find your favorite. Okay, and then we'll show them. Don't close the book. There. Can they see? Well, they can see pretty well, I guess. They can see some of what you've done. Yes, they have theirs circled too, I think. Right. Time for a break. If you have some work that you need to do in your workbook, that's fine. But if you don't and you want a little exercise break, that's just great. This is a song that I pretend to be a moose. Sometimes the moose cousins pretend to be people. I'm pretending to be a moose. So these are my hooves. I'm still going to call these legs because we use those for leg letters, but these are going to be my hooves. And in the song, the Loosey Moosey, named for the moose that moved to the other side of the world, you can get left and right mixed up. So I'm going to have my back a little bit to you. This is my left hand, and this is my right hand. So we're facing the same way. Mr. Overall is going to be the center of the circle. So when I say put your right hoof in, I'm going to put it toward Mr. Overall, and you could put it toward Mr. Overall too. Okay, ready, Mr. Overall? You put your right hoof in, you put your right hoof out, you put your right hoof in and you shake it all about. You do the loosey-moosey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Left hoof. You put your left hoof in, you put your left hoof out, you put your left hoof in and you shake it all about. You do the loosey-moosey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Right leg. You put your right leg in, you put your right leg out faster. Your right leg in and you shake it all about. You do the loosey-moosey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Left leg. You put your left leg in, you put your left leg out, you put your left leg in and you shake it all about. You do the loosey-moosey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Tail. You put your tail in, you put your tail out, you put your tail in and you shake it all about. You do the loosey-moosey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Come here, cousin. Put your antlers in, you put your antlers out, put your antlers in and you shake them all about. You do the loosey-moosey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. One more time. That's what it's all about. Yay! Good job, cousin. Let's see if we can figure out some words that begin with the R sound, the sound, and see how many sounds are in those words. The first one, let's try ray, which could be a person's name. It could also be a ray of sunshine. When the sun comes from behind a cloud, you can see the slanting lines. Kind of looks like sliding boards in the sky. Let's see. We'll stretch it out. You use your arm, and I'll use my rail. Ray. Ray. 2 sounds in ray. Hey, that reminds me, though, of rail. 3 sounds in rail. Let's try row. I like to sit in the front row sometimes. I like to sit in the back row sometimes. Row. Let's say it slowly. Row. 2 sounds in row. How about ran? I ran to the barn to see what was happening. Let's stretch it out. Say it slowly. Ran. Ran. If I wanted to spell ran, I would need the Oh, I did it again. Sorry, guys, to make you wait. I need to shorten this for you, though, or it won't work. Ran. What if I changed your letter? I'm going to change the ending letter. You're no longer an N. You're now a T. Rat. Yes, it's a kind of rodent that likes to chew on things. Once I had a pet rat, and I took it to school to be a classroom pet. And at night, he got bored, and he grabbed the dinosaur's tail and dragged it into the cage. And when I came back the next morning, the dinosaur's tail, instead of being this long, was only this long. Rats do like to chew. Rat. Well, I'm going to keep you here, but I'm going to change my vowel and my ending consonant. Here's the new vowel. Eh. And here's the new consonant sound. P. So what word would this be? Rip. 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 Sometimes if I'm not careful, I can rip my overalls and then I have to sew them back. If I change just the ending consonant, now I have a D. Can you figure out that one? I'll just do the motions, but not the sounds. Rid. I finally got rid of the hiccups. They were so annoying. I bet you're glad when you get rid of the hiccups too. How about you guys? Yeah, you do. Okay. Well, we're going to write these words. Some of these words, not all of these words. We'll write the first one that we have up there. Rid. Box. Box with a dot. Antler. Ooh. This page doesn't even have any more dots and boxes. I made one there. And we'll write rid. There's the rainbow. I. D. Rid. Let's try ran. And leave a space. Ran. Writing helps us read. Reading helps us write. Try rip. I. Rip. Now I'm just going to make my dot and my line with my pen inside so it reminds me of where I am so that I can write my sentence. My sentence is, the rat ran. Here's the word bank. Will it be a capital T, the, or a lowercase t, the? Capital, because it's the beginning of a sentence. Big Moose likes this one. So here's my box. Here's my antler. Capital uppercase T there, and an antler H. The rat, I have to leave a space, at, space, ran, ran. And I'm not done until that period goes there. That's the stop. Let's read the sentence. The rat ran. So if I draw a rat, it's kind of like a big mouse. I'm going to give him a pointy nose. I'm going to give him some ears. I'm going to give him a body and a tail with no hair on his tail. Give him some front legs and some back legs. Oh, he needs an eye. I'm just going to give him one eye because the other one's on the other side. There's his nose. Here's his whiskers. Ooh, but I didn't do a very good job on the ran. I really should have made his leg reaching out that way and another leg coming out that way. Now I have a six-legged rat. Oh, sometimes I like what I draw, sometimes I don't. Here's some shows that he's fast. The rat ran. Is the letter R a consonant or a vowel? It is a consonant, yes. Let's do our vowels one time. A, E, I, O, U. That's all. And sometimes Y. The sound is in one of our sight words today. It's at the end of the word you. You know that one. You. So if we just have your, this is something that belongs to you. Where is your cat? My cat is under a bush somewhere, I think. I heard him. Meow, meow. You were. Instead of saying you were, some people just say your. I usually say your. But you can know it when you see it there. This one, I love this next word. It has an R in it as well. I call it the pirate word because it's R. We are learning sight words. We are at overall school. R. R. So sometimes I might say R, and sometimes I might say R. It's up to you. You can decide also. In fact, it might be fun every time you see this word to say it like a pirate, just for today, or maybe even longer. If it helps you to remember, it's a good thing. So we have your and R. Your, R. Let me put them in with the rest of the words. R. Your. Kitty. Your. Had. Add. Look. Insect. Your. R. Him. It. See. The. Your. An. A. Ooh, ah. Anaconda. Your. R. Said. did, am, can, your, in, I, at, you, man, Tyrannosaurus. See you next time at Overall School.
Arr, mateys! How much do pirates pay for earrings? A buccaneer.